The room was unusually quiet, not because anything was wrong, but because something so deeply beautiful was about to be said that everyone seemed to feel it before it even happened. Shen Yu's hands trembled just slightly, her fingers woven tightly with Dylan Wang's. There was a look in his eyes, calm yet full of emotion, as if he was carrying a secret too precious to keep hidden any longer. "Mom, Dad," Dylan began softly, his voice more tender than usual. "There's something we want to tell you." All eyes turned toward the couple. Shen Yu gave a nervous smile, her eyes already shimmering. And then Dylan said it. "We're having a baby." The words hung in the air for a breathless moment. Then the reaction was everything you could dream of. Shen Yu's mother gasped, covering her mouth as her eyes welled up with tears. Dylan's father, who rarely showed much emotion, blinked rapidly and reached for his son's shoulder, squeezing it firmly. What followed was a flood of tears, hugs, laughter, and warmth. So much warmth it felt like the entire house was glowing from the inside out. Can you imagine the joy? Can you feel it? That moment when two families, once connected by love but separated by tradition and distance, suddenly became one under the soft news of new life. It was magic, the kind you don't need cameras for. The kind that lingers in your heart forever. Dylan, usually the one cracking jokes or pulling playful pranks, was different that day. He was quiet, grounded. You could see how much he was already stepping into the role of a father just by the way he looked at Shen Yu, as if she were already holding their child in her arms. And Shen Yu? She glowed. Not in that dramatic, makeup commercial kind of way, but in the soft, real way. The way women glow when they're carrying love inside them. Pure. Radiant. Sacred. "Are you scared?" her younger sister asked her later that night, when the two of them curled up on the couch in the guest room. "A little," Shen Yu admitted. "But then I think about how much love this baby is already surrounded by, and I know we'll be okay." Don't you just want to hold your heart hearing that? The news spread slowly, not through media headlines or press releases, but through whispered conversations and shared smiles. Only their closest friends and family knew at first, and each new person they told brought another layer of sweetness to the story. Dylan's grandmother cried and began rummaging through an old trunk to find the knitted baby clothes she had once made for Dylan. Shen Yu's father, who had always been the traditional type, suddenly started reading baby name books and texting her parenting advice. Her mother, of course, was already picking out colors for the nursery and planning meals to keep her daughter and the baby healthy. Even their friends couldn't stop smiling. Darren Chen, Dylan's longtime friend and co-star, joked, "So you're going to be a dad now? That's wild, man. Can I be the cool uncle?" And the laughter that followed, pure, real, filled with love, made it all feel even more surreal. But perhaps the most touching thing is how united Dylan and Shen Yu have become. They've always had chemistry, sure. We all saw it in Meteor Garden, didn't we? But this is something else. This is two people building a life from the inside out. This is love that has grown quietly and powerfully, and now it's about to become a family. They take walks together now, more than ever. Just the two of them, hand in hand, often stopping to admire the small things, flowers, the sound of children laughing in the park, the feeling of the sun on their faces. Shen Yu once whispered during one of those walks, "I used to be scared of the unknown. But now I'm not. Because wherever we go together." And Dylan, being Dylan, squeezed her hand and whispered back, "Even at 3 a.m. diaper changes?" She laughed, especially then. They're not sharing too many details publicly. Not the due date, not the baby's gender, not even where they plan to raise the child. But what they do share is even more powerful. Their quiet strength, their deep bond, and their genuine commitment to doing this together. What would you say to them if you had a chance? Would you say thank you for letting fans witness a love story unfold so authentically? Would you tell them how much hope they've inspired? Hope that love can be real, deep, lasting? Maybe you'd tell them that watching them go from playful co-stars to soon-to-be parents has been the most touching plot twist of all. And they would smile, because they feel it, too. In their hearts, they know that their story is no longer just about them. It's about the little one they're preparing to meet. The one whose heartbeat they've already heard. The one who's already loved by so many before even opening their eyes to this world. Can you picture that first moment when Dylan holds the baby in his arms? When Shinyu hears that first tiny cry? When both of them look at each other, overwhelmed, exhausted, and completely in awe? That moment will come soon. And when it does, it will be more beautiful than anything they've ever filmed. Because this isn't a drama. This is life.
Real. Raw.
Full of heart. And it's just beginning. So if you're reading this, and you've followed their journey from the early days of co-stars to best friends, to lovers, and now to parents, take a deep breath and feel the beauty of it. The journey, the vulnerability,
The joy.
because Dylan Wang and Shinyu are about to welcome the most beautiful chapter of their story yet. And we're lucky enough to witness it.